Hi everyone, welcome to the One Question series featuring Dr. Yaffa Bey. Today is Friday, June 28th, 2024, and we've reached the end of season 2. This is the finale. Dr. Yaffa, a listener asked, what do you call the creator and what are your daily spiritual practices?
First of all, I don't think anybody really gives a rat's crap what my spiritual practices are. It's not really relevant in the grand scheme of the world. Um, I call the creator of all things, the Most High, the Oversoul, whatever one would call it. I don't call the Most High creator of everything that is God, because God is a backward dog. Uh, I ain't feeling that at all. I know there are people that are like, well, it's all about the Dogon. I don't know nothing about the Dogon. I know what I heard. I can't say that I've met him personally unless I am one and don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our people are indigenous Americans and don't know it. They think they Africans in America. Just saying. But daily spiritual practices, my whole life is a spiritual practice. If I wake up, that's a spiritual practice. If I remember who I am and I'm not mentally gone with Alzheimer's, that's a spiritual practice. If I remember to hug and kiss my baby and good morning, how was your day? How was your quickening? You had only good dreams. That's a spiritual practice. If you're wanting to know, do I get in front of an altar and do rituals and burn incenses and things of that nature? I am the only altar that matters. I am my whole being is, for lack of a better words, the Most High Creator's temple. I am the Most High Creator. I make every effort possible to try and do no harm. I make an effort to go through life doing everything in my power to be of help, not yet able to be of financial help. I need a lot more money than I currently have, or funds, or transfers, or deposits, or credits, or FRNs, Federal Reserve notes, floating rate notes. Everybody's got something new to call the crap these days. Silver, gold, dollars. I need more of that to provide a financial support. But I try to help how I can, the best way I can. However, helping people over the years has gotten me burned. Bringing other people in to help other people has gotten some of my people burned. Sending people information, videos, links, footage has gotten me cursed out by some folks. People going off on me for sending them things. So I've gotten to the point where people don't hear from me much anymore at all. I almost never send anyone any links of any kind at all. No matter what it is, no matter how important it is, I've gotten very restrictive. I've even had people tell me, oh, you can send me anything. And some of them I sent them something and had people go off on me. It's like, I thought this person told me I could send them anything. Well, obviously I can't. So I know a few hundred people. I have a few hundred people in my phone. I do not have time in my, what did you call it, spiritual ritual day to sit down and try to figure out, I wonder if this person would want to see this. I wonder if that person would want to hear that. Maybe this person would like it. Maybe this person wouldn't. There are people that I sent things that I thought they would like, and they got back to me and made me go, shh, I'm sorry I sent you the shit. Don't worry. I won't send nothing else. And after a couple of times of that, and it's been going on since 2020, since 2020, especially in 2021, a lot of people, I have permanently blocked them so they can never, ever, ever call my phone again in life from the phone number that is in my phone. If they ever want to talk to me, they're going to have to call me from something else. So I do not have time to try and figure out or determine who wants to see what, because I don't know. And there's so much flux going on in my life, almost like the websites. I don't really care to know. I almost don't care if they need to know this, if it's important to them, if they want to hear it. I almost don't care anymore. I have to focus on me and the people close to me and the people who have made sure that I know that they love me and I love them back. But there are people that I thought that liked me and they showed me that they didn't. People that I thought were cool and I found out they were snakes in the grass waiting on me to turn my back so they could bite me in my ass. And they bit me. So my spiritual practices are about keeping myself safe and secure and carefree, keeping my children as safe, secure, and carefree as I possibly can, making sure that if all hell breaks loose, they are okay where they are, or that they can come and get to me and be okay off the grid. Because I've become very much about what the Most High of all things Creator has told us to do. It is time to separate from it. They call it a her in the Bible. Nah, it's time to separate from that thing, that demonic, satanic, psychopathic, sociopathic thing that the worst kinds of critters on this earth have crept up into political power and wealth over the rest of us, and have the audacity to call the rest of us useless eaters, that it is time to cull and kill off. And it goes back to Agenda 2020. Agenda 2020, I'm shocked at how many people forgot about it and how many people forgot what it was. I'm amazed. Some people are so well informed when I tell them what happened in 2020 and 2021 was the result of Agenda 2020. And they go, what was Agenda 2020? Like, really? Seriously? I found out about Agenda 2020 in the late 1900s. A bunch of politicians around the world and rulers, so-called rulers, who put themselves in positions of power, and they're basically really sick Crips. They put them, not sick Crips, sick, I want to say sick F-U-C-Ks, but I'm trying not to say that on air. They are sick. They got together and they had this political meeting about the globe. And they determined that, there are too many useless eaters on this earth. We don't have enough resources to go around the world for everyone. You lying a-holes. Yes, you do. Mother Nature does not do shortage, does not comprehend shortage. Meta Netter doesn't understand what shortage is. Neither does the Most High Creator of all things. Shortage is not in the vocabulary. There's enough of every single thing and every single resource on this earth for everybody on this earth. Not everybody wants a Benz. Not everybody wants a motorcycle. Not everybody wants a diamond. Not everybody wants an emerald. Not everybody wants steak. Different people want different things. And there's enough of everything for everyone that wants what they want. The shortages are created by these a-holes that came up with Agenda 2020, that decided we need to control the stock market. We need to control the diamond market. We need to control the tanzanite market. Whatever it is they're doing, they create the shortages to control the stock market. They will pay farmers to burn crop. They will pay farmers to kill animals. They will take crop and dump it in the ocean so they can keep the stock market where they want it, because they create the shortages. Nature and creator of all things that are do not create shortages, do not comprehend shortages, don't know what that even means, because they have manifested enough for everything, for everyone that wants anything on this earth, particularly if they're trying to do no harm, okay? Or as little harm as possible, which our people used to do before our homeland got invaded by a bunch of other people. Anyway, back to Agenda 2020. They decided we have to cull some of these people. There's too many of them. We're running out of food and resources for them. Now y'all are burning food and resources. You're dumping food and resources. You're paying people to not crop. You're paying people to burn resources. So what they decided was each country, and I don't know where it is because I've moved a few times since then. I had the dang document. And how each country, how many people those countries promised that they were going to wipe out and kill off in their country by 2020. Each one of these participating nation member corporate states or NGOs, non-government organizations, or whatever people want to call them, each one of them agreed to wipe out so many of the masses of their population by a particular date in 2020 or by 2020. Well, 2020 came around and rolled around and they had not done it. None of them had done it. They wiped out some, but they didn't meet the objective or the goal that they promised to whoever these so-called international bankers or whoever the misrulers of the world are. the rulers of evil or whatever you want to call them, they had not met the goal that they promised in the Agenda 2020. Therefore, they rolled out this COVID lie. And I know people that say, I did have COVID. Okay, well, it sounds like you had a cold or the flu to me. That's the worst cold or flu ever. It could have been, but it's not something that your body couldn't handle. You ain't got stuff that man made when Creator put you on this earth with a built-in immune deficiency mechanism to protect and secure you from things. Certain things get introduced to your body. The Creator gave you what was needed in your body, in its own being itself, or in nature's fruits, vegetables, and herbs to use to remove stuff and to heal yourself and cleanse yourself. So I found it interesting that everybody had this crap, but nobody had a cold, nobody had a flu, nobody had regular pneumonia. What happened to all of that? You know, everybody acted like they forgot about, I don't know, Benadryl, NyQuil, Dayquil, hot toddies, uh, lime water, lemon water, cayenne and honey and stuff in the water, like they forgot about tea. Everybody forgot how to heal yourself, like they don't know about cod liver oil and stuff like that. Is everybody serious? When the Most High Creator of all things, and I hope I'm telling you what I think about what y'all are calling God, that backward dog that I don't screw with. I am a walking, talking example of the Most High Creator of all things created. Okay? I don't have to go to church. If I step out my front door, I look up in the sky, I inhale the air. That is the church. People keep talking about, what is it they say? Oh, everything is in this, what do they call this tablet that is supposed to have all the information? I'm like, that is the air and the trees. Are y'all serious? Air, well, water can be turned into ice if it gets cold enough. Ice can be heated up to turn into water if you make it warm enough. Water can become steam, which eventually evaporates into air if it gets warm enough. And it'll raise up into the clouds and get heavy enough to rain back down as water. And all of the water and the air is purified as it goes through the photosynthesis process through the trees when they kick out clean oxygen for us to breathe, which is why that idiot bitch Gates wants to cut down all the trees and bury them. Really, dude? Under what authority? Who gave your demonic ass the right to cut down thousands, if not millions of trees and acres and acres and acres of trees, not to make wood, not to build housing for all the homeless people, but you're just chopping down the trees just to bury them? So whatever you are, you must not be from here. You invaded here from some other planet or some other dimension or some other frequency, and you don't like clean air. You don't like oxygen, which is why y'all wanted everybody wearing these masks, so people weren't kicking out the carbon dioxide the trees need to kick out clean air and oxygen for the remainder of us. When it's all said and done, y'all screwing around with nature, and y'all need to pay for that. Real talk. You need to pay for it. You need to, and somebody's beeping my phone because I have my do not disturb off. My do not disturb and ringer silent is always, always on. And this phone has just been ringing and binging and binging and ringing for this whole interview, and it's starting to get a little bit irritating. However, the information is in the trees. Everything that there is to know, no matter what it is, no matter how good it is and how bad it is. Even things like I was asked, about is the planet flat or round? If I really wanted to know, I really don't, because I really don't care. I just know I'm here, and I have to do my best, do as little harm as possible. However, I'm on the earth. If you really want to know something, all you have to do is go inside yourself, yoke in, meditate, or meditate, or me as the medium, inhale, and pull all the answers out of the air. How bad it is, and I don't care how good it is. Every single thing that occurs under the sun, which is why they keep trying to block the sun, which feeds the trees and feeds melanin rich people too. If there's ever anything wrong and there's no flipping food in the world, you can go stand outside in the sun before the sun breaks out for dawn, like our people used to do when they were out there working from dark to dark. You're out at dark, you're working, the sun comes up, and just like a tree with your natural hair that's pointing up toward the sky, you are fed by the sun on something called vitality molecules that are out there in massive number. The sun doesn't diminish the amount of molecules it puts out, but as the day progresses, there's a diminishing of how many molecules are available to you because as the day gets later and later, more and more people come out. So at 4 and 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, or 7 in the morning, depending on whether it's winter or spring, long day, short day, when the sun comes out, and I have a feeling I'm rallying around the world on some whole other tangent, but here we go. The sun comes out and it spits out vitality molecules. There's only so many people outside at that hour. So the first people out there get the vast majority of vitality molecules from the sun, and you are fed by the sun. People that are out there find that they don't even really get hungry that much during the day. They don't even have to really eat because the sun has already fed them the way the sun feeds trees and grass and so forth. Now, the people that come out at 9 or 10 or 12, the vitality molecules are still the same number, but you're not getting as many because there's so many more people out there sucking them up. That's how you can survive in a famine. Let the sun feed you. But the point is, the sun is feeding the trees, the air. Bill Gates is cutting down the trees, which means you don't like clean oxygen, obviously, and you don't want the people to have access to the clean oxygen. Like the food said, oh, don't worry about the people that didn't take the shot. We're just going to put it in their food, which I believe is part of why so many animals and food processing plants are being burned and blown up. A lot of people think that it is about creating a food shortage. And that may be possible. That is very possible and even probable. But what about the other side of the narrative? There could be people blowing that stuff up because what's in it is so detrimental to people that they're trying to keep people from consuming it. It's like, oh, we know what y'all are doing. We know what y'all are putting in the food. We know what y'all are putting in the chickens or in the turkeys or in this batch of cows. So people are blowing them up, burning them down, killing it off to keep people from eating it. Everything that seems bad is not necessarily bad. At least that's what I got. Now, Most High was like, the creator, the ancestors, whatever you want to call them. Like, no, it's not always what it appears to be. Everything that looks like roses are not necessarily rosy. So what I believe is not that relevant in the grand scheme of the world or in the grand scheme of your individual life. I don't do altars. I don't burn stuff foreign to the ancestors. I am my ancestors. I am my mom and my dad. And my mom was her mom and dad. And my dad was his mom and dad. And their parents were their moms and dads. I'm a little bit of all of them and then a little something extra that was me. And I am a culmination. And if you go back far enough up my ancestral line, you will get to the original source of creator, which means I am the original source of creator. I am connected to creator. So I don't have a lot of fear. I am aware. I don't like things. And I try to warn people, but they're like, nigga, you always trying to scare somebody. I don't try to scare anybody. I try to make you aware so that you can prepare. If you are aware and you have prepared, there is no reason to be scared because you're already ready. But I'm at a point now where I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk anymore. There are very few people that I talk to or want to talk to. I don't want to hear it half the time because people, since 2020, I just feel like we're in the twilight zone. At least that's how I feel. It just, things don't feel quite right. I feel like I'm in some alternative dimension in the flipping outer limits. But, I believe there is a oneness and a connectedness, and it's all in the air, in the trees, in the sunlight, and in the me, and in the water, all of which are one thing. The Akashic record. That was the word I was looking for. That's all the Akashic record, as far as I'm concerned. You want to know what's going on? Go out in silence, inhale and breathe. Put your back up against an oak tree, never an elm tree or a pine tree, and just go inside yourself in silence. Deeply inhale, if that's doable, because they're spraying so much crap out here now, trying to block the sun, and whatever they're spraying is full of everybody's toxin. But you're protected, and when your body's got crap it doesn't want, it'll start trying to kick it out through the back end, sometimes through the front end. Sometimes you're on one potty with a bucket in front of you and the crap's coming out both ends, because your body's like, I don't know, we don't know what this is, we getting it the heck up out of here. We don't want this up in here. Whatever this is, don't eat this again. I'm just saying. So I don't know that my spiritual practices or my spiritual belief system, and religion is a dangerous thing. I don't do religion. I don't like religious types. I don't like religious fanatics. I don't care what your religion is or what your God is. If you too far gone into religion, you're somebody I can't mess with, because that tells me that a certain amount of your mind is snapped, or at the very least captured. I like open minds and free minds. Your mind shouldn't be so open that you just suck in every single thing out there as the truth. But it should be open enough for you to hear it, filter it, and come to your own determination. Kind of like the Oracle said in the Matrix. Bring up, make up your own damn mind.